effects and some of the zombie characters in this, but the zombies, the infected. Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a brand new episode of Zombie Weekend. So we're on day 2 and for that one I'm reviewing Resident Evil Apocalypse. So this is the second installment in the Resident Evil franchise where Alice, the lead sole survivor of the first movie, wakes up to find a rundown Racoon City. And basically what's happening is the T-virus is out and the infected are being contained and they're trying to get as many civilians out of the town, out of the city as they can. But once it gets to the gates, they close the whole city down and plan to nuke it to stop the spread of the infection. And of course Alice, and then we got some new actors in this, playing some of the characters. We get Gillian Valentine in this one, played by Serena Gloria or something, and we even get the character of Nemesis introduced into this one as well, who goes stars, and we get a few more things here and there from the game series, I believe, and basically the group of survivors, that are fighting their way through the horde of zombies infected with the T-virus. They've got to try and get out of the city before the bomb drops. And of course, Alice gets captured again by the Umbrella Corporation and basically enhanced to what they call the Alice program, setting things in motion for the next film in the series, which we'll get to. But right now we're talking about the second film. So what did I like and what didn't I like about this one? Well, I like that we got a sequel to it. I like that this had more action in it and felt a bit more darker, felt a bit more active, and how it introduced some new characters and some more video game characters as well in this one. And I also did enjoy a lot of the musical score and the digital effects and some of the zombie characters in this, but the zombies, the infected, and that we got to see in it. And I even like the makeup and stuff they used for Nemesis. He was pretty big and badass, and then he turned out to be Matt from the first movie, who survived alongside Alice. And yeah, we even get Jared Harris in this as well, as playing the guy who is responsible for creating the T-virus, and he does a good performance in this as well, along with Milla Jovovich playing Alice, who's just emotionless and badass. I also like that they've got Gillian Valentine in this one, and I also thought the darker tones were good too. I'd say this was a decent sequel as well before the franchise turned into a cash cow and they were just cash grabs. This I feel was a decent action horror sequel and was good. Was it as good as the first one? I'd like to say it's an improvement as they go out of the hive and they're in the big city doing this. And we're not, we're in Racoon City. But yeah, it was a fun one. I mean, it's not a brilliant action film. This was in the early 2000s as well, and CGI and digital effects aren't as good as they were back then as they are now, but the effects for its time was good, and the CGIing and stuff. But it's by the third movie we get out of Racoon City and it spreads worldwide. But yeah, clearly at this point Milla Jovovich's character Alice became the face of the movie franchise, and I believe was only made for the films. I mean, is she in the video games? I don't have a very good knowledge of the video games. I have vague memories of the games because I haven't played them in that long, especially the most recent ones. Probably the 1st 2 back in the late 90s, early 2000s and that. But yeah, it's hard to, it's, you know, really hit and miss with video game adaptations in films, but this one has gone on to become that, a movie making, a movie franchise, which unfortunately did turn into a cash cow towards the end. But this one, it was alright. I thought it was okay, it was watchable, I enjoyed it, I didn't mind revisiting this one, and that, even though I'd not seen it for years until recently for this review. But I thought, yeah, it still holds up the best it can, and it has some characters which I do like, and you know, do go on to survive in the upcoming film and that. So, ratings. What am I going to rate this one? I'll give Resident Evil Apocalypse. I'll give it 3 brains out of 5, I think, this time. 3 brains out of 5 for Resident Evil Apocalypse. So, have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below if you have, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and to share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross, and this has been Zombie Weekend Day 2. So, join me tomorrow for Day 3, where I'll review another zombie film for you lot as part of Zombie Weekend. So, until next time, don't have nightmares.